Okay, let's unpack this. So, 3 basic questions. One is about the oath that's administered, being righteous, not wicked. So, how do you look at yourself? Look at yourself wicked? If the whole world is telling you that? But you shouldn't look at yourself wicked. So we got a contradiction and it doesn't make sense. How are you supposed to look at yourself? What is, I mean, obviously it should be honest, an honest assessment. But that being said, what is the overpowering idea? Do we look at ourselves at our negativity? Do we look at ourselves at our positivity? Our good side, bad side? So here we have a little, issue over here that we need to understand. Right? Because we need to serve God with joy, because without joy, being despondent, something we're going to learn from chapters 26 to 35 about being despondent, and the times that we're brought down are really, you got to be careful. Because the concept of joy, and hey, this is Chabad, Hasidim. Hasidim are known for their joy. And there's a reason for it. Not just, frivolous joy. It's because you got to serve God with joy. So then what's the self-assessment over here of look at yourself as if you're wicked? How do we understand that? So again, the issue is, and the Alter Rebbe is going to deal with these issues. How am I supposed to look at myself? Who are you? Exactly. Now, being that we've got different dimensions, and that's the question. So do I look at this dimension, that dimension? Do I look at my good side, my bad side? So on and so forth. We need to deal with that. And the 5 distinctions here we're talking about, right? So what we have come to terms, at least, is that the Beinoni, this intermediate individual, a pretty lofty individual, so much so that Rabbi, the leader of his generation. Now, leader doesn't mean because they're just more knowledgeable. Leader means because they live the knowledge. And that's really important, right? You live what you learn. That's, what we're talking about over here. So, Rabbi made an error. Okay, we're going to learn more about how we can make that error, but it wasn't an error thinking that he was, half and half good, half bad, because that's an intermediate. No. So, of course, we want to know what this Beinoni, that this book is all about, that seems to be something that, we can all achieve and attain. And that's really the springboard of what this is all about. At the same time, we understand, where's that coming from exactly? What am I capable of? So when we speak about self-image, right? Well, Job, right, said about God, creating the righteous and the wicked. What does that mean? It almost sounds like predestined I can't mean that. Can't be that. If so, there's no freedom of choice. If so, there's no concept of reward and punishment. Torah is full of concept of reward and punishment. It's just a game. God forbid, it's not a game. So if you're predestined this way, all these things don't make sense. So obviously it doesn't mean that. Yeah, but hey, this is a statement by Job. You need to understand it. What does it mean? Which then will give us an appreciation about how to look at ourselves and how to act. So this is all a springboard for continued discussion. Chapter 1, we didn't finish it. We will finish it tomorrow. And then we'll go into chapter 2. Right. So we will get there. Okay, let's open up for questions, for comments, for further engagement. We are at the beginning, chapter 1. Folks, whoever has not, that you know that would appreciate the teachings, get them in now, at the beginning, so they can really grow immensely. So, I noticed, let me take a look over here. Andrew, are we not born with a clean slate to have ultimate free will? So I don't know what you mean, clean slate. We are born, we are given our parents, we are given through them genes that, we'll have character qualities of theirs, character qualities, right? So one might be more chesed, loving kindness, one might be more gevura, more discerning, and, a person of more self-appraisal type, looking inside. Those are all qualities, but, loving kindness doesn't mean that you're good because you have that character quality. That loving kindness could be expressed in a lustful way for yourself. I love myself and therefore I indulge myself. Or I love my children and I indulge my children. Right? I indulge my children because I love them so much. So kindness does not mean, a kind person. Not necessarily. It just means a character quality. If it's not used in the appropriate way, then, hey, it's destructive. Right? As you smother someone with love. Hey, that's not very good. So, and likewise, someone who is more introspective, someone who might be more, not out there, but more inward. Again, that depends. You might be very judgmental as a result on yourself, too overly judgmental, and overly judgmental on other people as a result. Right? So it's not character quality. Excuse me a moment. Hello? Come on here. Character quality is a given. That is a given. So that's not a clean slate. What we do with that is up to us. Exactly, Andrew. That's, I think, what you were saying, that we have the choice on how we're going to make use of it, and that's our freedom of choice. Well, that's the question. But that's a statement that Job made, which needs clarification. So does it mean that God created the wicked and the righteous? It's a statement, so there has to be an understanding to that statement. And we'll have to wait for that. I mentioned chapters 14 and 27. We'll get we'll get the answer to it, right? The point being that there's that the Alter Rebbe is just making a springboard for discussion over here on these very important issues as they will come to light. Ernie, I look at myself as a good person that lives my life as to learn to live better. Very good. Okay, I hope that Tanya will give you greater depth on what that means. Right? That's good. That's wonderful. Give me 1 second. Moshe? Moshe? Sorry, I'm just teaching. Oh, you got to? Okay.
Thank you. How are you?
Baruch Hashem. Afreilach Chanukah. We'll speak later. I'm just online.
Okay.
Sorry. The Jew needed some Hanukkah menorahs, so Baruch Hashem. They were set up there for him. Okay. Yeah, so we hope to grow in all of this. Um, Light and letter. What are my thoughts? By the way, if you have a question or a comment, two question marks beforehand, so that way I know that I need to look at that at what you wrote. Otherwise, there's a lot of comments. There's anywhere between 100 and 200 comments every day on Facebook and on Instagram. There's also, so please, if you don't mind doing that. We are spiritual beings trapped in a physical body. Yeah, good, a good statement. Yes. So Alice is asking, is a Beinoni always a 50-50 factor? Well, we just said it can be 50-50 when it comes to sins and good deeds, right? So it can't be that. So we need to understand, what is it then? Well, we're going there. We're getting there. Okay. Anybody raise their hand here wants to share something on Clubhouse? Oh, David.
Hi, Rabbi.
Hello.
Hi. Just to say that what I'm understanding is that, when we talk about, when we think about ourselves, we need to put things in perspective and not get a big ego. And I believe all these factors, if we are, the point is that we're doing Hashem's will, and to, we say about thinking of ourselves as Rashaim rather than when someone consider it as I don't know, level of a tzaddik, or we're not tzaddikim, but I believe the point is that we should put ourselves, humble ourselves so we can serve Hashem with our right, in the right manner. So that's what I want to add.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Excuse me a second. Just want to see if I. By the way, there is a Parsha class tonight, 6:30. Even though it's Hanukkah, you can light your menorah before. Or some of you might even be before that. Some of you might be way after that. And of course, Rambam at 1 o'clock there'll be. Rab, is the the Parsha actually is going to be on Hanukkah. Hanukkah, which is tonight. So everybody, please, all Jewish people have an obligation to light a menorah. So if you don't have a menorah, you can always get from local Chabad. So you just noticed someone just came in over here, knitting a menorah. Thank God we're able to take care of it. Batya, did you want to share something?
Yes,
Yeah,
Andrew.
you have some feedback.
Sorry about that. Andrew has a question. I guess that wasn't answered.
I think I answered.
Okay, just in case. To Beinonim, we have impulses of good and evil. How do we as mortals get out of that cycle?
That's exactly what we're here. So, today we're not going to give, even though it's the beginning, and we would like to have all of the answers now, but we're going to do this day by day, because we need to take every day's teachings and incorporate it and then build on that. So we will get to all of those questions, all of those issues. As I mentioned, there's questions today as a springboard, just so we create some kind of discussion, and from that springboard of questions, then we will get into the meat of things. And the first thing what we'll do when we get to chapter 2, 3, and 4 and 5 is we're going to understand one side of us, which is the Nefesh Elokis, the godly soul. And then chapters 6, 7, and 8, we're going to understand another side of us, which is the Nefesh Bahamis, the animal soul or / human soul in us. And what is the difference between them? And and of course, that's part of being self-aware. Being self-aware that when, I lead my day, what's motivating me? Where is this coming from? Right? So that's the importance of being aware of all of this. But again, we'll take it step at a time. But yes, thank you. I appreciate actually the eagerness because the questions stem or elicit more thoughts, more ideas, and then more questions, and that's amazing. That's beautiful. So thank you, Andrew, and everybody else. Uh, but again, we are going to get there, and hopefully sooner than later. Well, day by day. I guess that's what means sooner. All right. I don't see any other questions. Any comments? Instagram, did I miss something? I don't think so. Oh. What is the Torah and Tanya stance on the idea that we are not alive in the physical world, that the world of matter is dead world, and only thing alive here is the spirit? Yeah, there is a that's, yeah, we're gonna get more into that. Very interesting. Ill ink. Very good comment. So very good. We will get more into that. Anybody else? Okay. We will continue. A reminder, 1 o'clock Rambam, 6:30 tonight, Eastern Standard Time, will be on the Parsha, but it's actually Hanukkah. After all, it is Hanukkah. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad, Zich and Kadesh in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. Have a wonderful day. Be well.